How Valderrama makes olive oil. Plantation and oil mill in Toledo. The plantation is located on the edge of Tajo River in La Puebla Nueva, close to Talavera de la Reina and Sierra de Gredos. It contains 222 hectares, of which 172 contain olive groves on irrigated land, 15 years of age, of the Arbequina and Cornicabra varieties. The video shows the facilities where the old mill, the old warehouses, the packaging plant, the offices, etc. are located. Montilla Plantation, located in Sierra de Montilla, close to Rio Cabra. This is the original plantation of the Valderrama family. Its 100-year-old olive groves were planted by the great-grandfather Francisco Valderrama. It has an area of 133 hectares of olive groves on irrigated lands of the Arbequina, Hojiblanca, Picudo and Ocal varieties. The soil is very deep with a high limestone content and produces very aromatic fruits which are rich in sugar. The sweet wine Pedro Ximenez comes from this region. These characteristics are transferred to the oil, and thus the oils produced in these lands are very aromatic and mild. The age of the olive groves varies between 19 and 120 years. The harvest. The harvest is done using tree vibrators, which hug the trunks and make the trees vibrate for 15 to 20 seconds. The tree vibrators are helped by some electric brushes, which bring down the olives that are still on the trees. Transport. The olives that have fallen from the trees onto the black nets are transferred to the white tarps, which are then emptied into a trailer that transports them immediately to the oil mill. Unloading the olives in the oil mill. The tractor empties the olives in the chute at the entrance of the plant. Both the trailer on the tractor and the entrance chute are a small size so that the olives do not get crushed or break. If it breaks when it is washed, the polyphenols and the water-soluble aromas may dissolve in the water, causing the oil to lose quality. Cleansing processes for the entrance chute and the trailer. To prevent the accumulation of dirt from the dust of the olives, each time that a trailer of olives is emptied, both the entrance chute and the trailer are washed. This is a very important process because the olives quickly take on the foul odors and tastes. The number of cleanings varies between 8 and 15, depending on the number of olives in the parcel that we are going to collect. Very important, so that no flavor is transmitted. As can be seen, all of the surfaces that come into contact with the olives are stainless steel. Through a transport belt, the olives are taken to the vents, which remove the branches, sticks and leaves. Branch and leaf remover. Washing the olives in a jacuzzi. Although the olives do not come from the ground, they still have a lot of dust, and in order to wash them without breaking them, they are washed in a jacuzzi. They don't break, since during the washing process there are no hard walls that are touched. In this way, we avoid water getting inside them, which would dissolve part of the polyphenols and the aromas which the olives contain. The mill. During this process, the olive is crushed along with the bone, and a paste is produced, which is immediately passed to the blender. Blender. The function of the blender is, on the one hand, to homogenize the paste produced during the crushing of the olives in the mill, and on the other, to get the temperature of the paste to 19 degrees Celsius. Legally, one can say that an oil is produced cold if the temperature of the mix is less than or equal to 27 degrees Celsius. But we feel that at that temperature we lose aromas, and we prefer to do it at 19 degrees Celsius. Although at this temperature, because the oil is more viscous, we lose performance because it is more difficult to extract the oil from the paste. Transport of the olive paste to the decanter or horizontal centrifuge. The mass pump is continually sending the paste from the blender to the horizontal centrifuge. Decanter or horizontal centrifuge. A very complex centrifuge which spins at 3000 revolutions per minute separates the components of the olive, the oil, the water and the solids, pieces of bone, skin and pulp which the olive contains. The oil comes out of one side and the rest of the components come out on the other side. Vertical centrifuge. The purpose of this centrifuge is to separate the oil from most of the impurities which were left from the centrifugation. Decanting. The last step of the purification of the extracted oil. It remains here for 24 hours and small impurities separate from the oil. After this, the oil is sent to storage. Storage in inert nitrogen atmosphere. To prevent oxidization, the oil is stored in stainless steel tanks in an atmosphere of inert nitrogen at 17 degrees Celsius. It remains here until bottling. Bottling. On the bottling lines, bottles and different types of containers are filled. Very importantly, Valderrama only bottles upon request because the best place for the oil to be is in storage with nitrogen at 17 degrees Celsius.